welcome to my channel. So my dog Willie is barking and I have restarted this video so many different times. So if he barks, I apologize. He has a big mouth and there's snow falling, so he's probably barking at snowflakes. You just never know with him. He's just loud. But this is my Girls Night In finale that I've been doing with Jessica. The first year was the Dirty Dozen that we did. And this past year, it has been 16 candles. And for this year, we have a whole new theme, which I'm thrilled about. But we will get to that in a second. I want to go ahead and close out 16 candles. So we had 16 products that we went ahead and we linked to 80s movies. And I'm going to go ahead and go over the stuff that I did finish. I did finish the Hask leave-in spray for Harry and the Hendersons. For National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, it's on my computer, which is behind this. So, yeah. I finished off the Clinique Take the Day Off Cleansing Oil. Wow, that's been a minute since I've used that. Winnie the Pooh, I finished the Burt's Bees Sheet Mask, which I did not like. The Care Bears movie, the Tony Moly Foot Peeling Shoes for self-care. The Goonies, the Darling Girl de Bloom eyeshadow. I figured that was just so perfect for that. Back to the Future, the Chloe perfume, which I ended up decluttering to my mom because I just didn't like it. E.T. was the Stellar Brilliant primer, and that was 0.24 ounces. Dirty Dancing was the Tony Moly Foot Peeling Shoes. For Splash, it was the Matcha Body Scrub, which I'm so glad that I finished that one. Again, Jessica and her ideas, it's wonderful that she suggested that I put body wash in it because that worked. So don't forget that if your body scrub ends up being too hard or something, use some body wash. That'll take care of it. Now, for Gremlins, I ended up choosing the Ultimate Setting Spray, which is done. I don't have it with me. It was in my yearly empties, so definitely go check that out if you haven't already. Everything is pretty much gone from last year. I needed it gone. I needed it gone. So for Nightmare on Elm Street, I finished the Medline lotion because I got that in the hospital, and we all know hospitals are a nightmare. So I figured that was just perfect. Now we're on to Big, and that is the Purity Made Simple, the 32 ounce. And this is where I ended up. I did end up putting this in another project because I know that I was not going to finish this. But I did end up right below the pink line, which is right there. So, I mean, that's good. I finished a ton of this, but I'm pretty sure that this one is going to be gone this year. And of course, I have another cleanser, and surprisingly another cleanser that I found, and I have no idea where it came from. And it is the Fresh Soy Face Cleanser, which I don't ever remember purchasing. I'm not a fan of it. So I have no idea. And it's not even full. So I don't even remember. If you guys know, let me know in the comments, because I just don't know how I got it. I just don't. It's a miracle. It miraculously just showed up in my cabinet. So I have no idea. So next is for The Godfather. I finished the Tony Moly Foot Peeling Shoes. And for Labyrinth, I chose the Urban Decay Naked Skin color correcting fluid in peach, and it is still going. And of course, I haven't been using this for the whole entire year, but I have been using it consistently, and it's still going. Like I said, sometimes you see daylight and sometimes you don't, so who knows when this is going to be done. But either way, I believe I put this in another project. I think I put this in Partners in Cream. Or if I didn't put that in Partners in Cream, I'm going to. So, I definitely am going to end up finishing it. I didn't want to just stop and use a different concealer. So, the next one that I did not finish is from The Never Ending Story, which really and truly, it was so appropriate. I didn't realize how appropriate it was going to be. But that's the Laura Geller Spackle Treatment Makeup Primer and Hydrating. And I have been using this pretty consistently all year. I did end up using some samples and things, but really and truly, this is all that's left. In fact, it's a little bit lower than this. I mean, you can even go so much as to say That's how much is left. So, you know, this, I have no idea when it's going to be done. Maybe in a month. I have no idea. But I guess we'll see. And that is definitely going to be a repurchase if the DIY makeup primer that I am going to end up making doesn't work. I will repurchase that because I am in a DIY type of mood. Let's see. The next one is for, or actually the last one that I did finish is for Footloose. And of course that was the Tony Moly foot peeling shoes. So I ended up finishing almost everything. I ended up finishing everything but 3 items. And, you know, I expected to finish for sure the primer, which I didn't. I knew I wasn't going to finish the face wash whenever I put it in. I just knew that there was no way. But hey, I was willing to go ahead and try. And the concealer, I was at a toss-up. It just depended on whenever I finished other concealers. And this one just tends to last forever, but I am not complaining. So, moving on to the girls' night in for this year. And of course, this one lasts a year. So, as always, this one is going to end the same day that I'm filming this. It's going to end a year later, which I believe is going to be the 24th. So it'll end in January 24th. And so this year, the theme is 10 Things I Hate About You, which personally is one of my favorite movies. I absolutely fell in love with Heath Ledger in that movie. And I am still so sad that he is not with us today. But, you know, that I love that movie. I love 90s movies. I was in high school during all the 90s movies. So I was your typical teenager that loved all these types of movies. And I still do. And I'm 39. I just can't help it. So I took usually what I do sometimes for these types of things is I pick out products that I want to go ahead and use up. And then I link them to my favorite movies. But I started with my favorite movies in hopes of linking some of the stuff that I want to go ahead and finish this year. And luckily, it worked out in some ways. If you guys have been following me for a while, sometimes, just sometimes, it's a little bit of a stretch. But, you know, we all love it. And that's one of my favorite parts of project panning is making it work, making it fit. So, the first movie, it has got to be one of my all-time favorite movies. I'm going to end up saying this a lot, okay? That's just the fact. I'm going to say this a lot. It is Clueless. And in Clueless, everybody's kind of stuck up, especially Amber. And Amber, you gotta love her for who she is. So in honor of Amber, I ended up bringing in my Versace Dylan Blue. This one is the female version of the men's perfume, which smells wonderful too. And this one is just exquisite. And this one is 1.7 fluid ounces. I've used it a tiny bit here and there, but nothing to really show. I mean, it's pretty much just completely unused. I might have used it twice or something. But this just smells so good. It's just, I absolutely love it. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and bring this in for Amber. All right, so for the second one, which of course is 10 Things I Hate About You, I figured this perfume was absolutely perfect. And in fact, whenever I show you guys this perfume, I think you'll understand why. This is the Tory Burch Love Relentlessly perfume. This is 3.4 ounces. And, you know, when I think about this perfume or the name of this perfume, I think of whenever Heath Ledger is on the bleachers singing and dancing. And it's just, yeah, even though it ended up being like a little bit of a game to him, a way for him to make some money, he ended up falling in love with her, and it was so great, and he was relentless, and it's just so sweet, and I just love it, and it's one of my favorite movies. See? Favorite movies, one of my favorite movies. Now this next one, it's debatable, because this one is my all-time favorite movie. I might as well just stop right now, because, you know, whatever. But if you guys know me at all, you guys know I am a fanatic for Home Alone. It does not matter if I watch it during Christmas. I have to watch it all the time. I love the first two. I don't like anything after that because it didn't have Macaulay Culkin. To me, you know, you've got Joe Pesci, You've got the guy that played Marv. I'm sorry, I don't know what his name is at the top of my head right now. But Macaulay Culkin, he just made that movie. And as a result of that movie, I wanted to go ahead and bring in this perfume right here. And this one is brand new, still in the package, and I'll explain why. This is 3.4 ounces, and this is Marc Jacobs Daisy Love. Now, I ended up bringing this in. Well, I love the movie, of course, but that's not why I brought this in. I brought this in because of the name Daisy. And if you guys don't know, this will show exactly how big of a fan I am. Okay? I brought this in because the BB gun that Kevin McAllister uses in the film is a Daisy BB gun, and it belonged to Buzz. So, you know, I love the movie, and he used a Daisy BB gun. This was kind of perfect to go ahead and put this one in. So, it wasn't even a stretch. It wasn't even a stretch. So, that's a good thing. All right, so the next one is going to be for another one of my favorite movies, and that is Drive Me Crazy. I wanted to go ahead and bring in something that it has been driving me crazy that I have not tried it out yet. I mean, for the last couple of years, I've really wanted to go ahead and try out this mascara, and finally I am, and that is this Essence Lash Princess, the Sculpted Volume Mascara. This is the purple one, and I just can't wait to go ahead and try this one. Like I said, it has been driving me absolutely up the wall, and now I want to watch the movie, and I'm probably going to watch it later because I have to. I love that movie. It's been a minute since I've seen it, and I just can't get out of my head, who are we making jealous now? Everyone. It was just like, I love that movie so much. Like I said, 90s, it's my thing. So the next one is for American Pie. And again, that's another movie that it's been a really long time since I've seen it. And so I am bringing in this Michael Kors Wonderlust perfume. This one is 3.4 ounces. And, you know, it's for the word lust. So, yeah, hopefully you guys have seen American Pie. It's definitely, it's pretty much all about these boys that want to go ahead and lose their virginity before college. That's the whole purpose of the movie. And it's just, oh, it's just great. I loved it. I loved it. And Stifler's mom. Just, what a great movie. Okay, so the next one is going to be for The Lion King. And I know this one right here is a bit of a stretch, but I am bringing in this C Passion perfume, and this one is 3.4 ounces. It's another one that I just absolutely love, and the bottle is just gorgeous. I'm a huge fan of this bottle right here. And I brought this in because, to me, you know, Simba, he's very passionate about things, and even from being upset about his dad and leaving and coming back, especially whenever he came back, he really wanted to help, and you just felt his passion for however he was feeling. He was really into it, whether it was just trying to stay away and not caring, to coming back and being exactly what he was meant to be, and that is to be the king. So I wanted to go ahead and bring this in. So I know it's a bit of a stretch, but hey, what are you gonna do? Now, the next one, let's see, where is it? It is right here. This one is for the movie Craft. If you've not seen The Craft, you absolutely have to see The Craft. The Craft is just, that is the epitome of the 90s. It was just great. It was just great. If you haven't seen it, check it out because it's phenomenal. Anyway, I decided I was going to go ahead and bring in the Sephora Lash Craft Big Volume Extreme Mascara. Now, I have been using this for the last couple of weeks, so this one is going to end up being the first one to go, obviously. But I do enjoy this one, so, you know, and sadly, it is the last one in my collection, but, you know, that's okay because I've got others to go through, and yeah. So the next one, I really kind of debated on whether or not I wanted to go ahead and even put this movie in here because it's so controversial. especially because of the man that was in it. If you don't know the story, maybe you ought to go ahead and look it up. The guy that was in it was the pastor on Seventh Heaven, and this movie, The Babysitter's Seduction, was all about seducing the babysitter, and the babysitter was underage. And yeah, but I loved that movie. I did love that movie. It's just a little bit uncomfortable knowing the circumstances of him, but either way, I brought it in. And so because of that movie, I decided I was going to go ahead and bring in this Victoria's Secret Pure Seduction Bloom Fragrance Mist. This one is 8.4 ounces, and I love this scent a lot. So I want to go ahead and use that up this year. So that might be one of the next ones that I use. And for the next one, I have got, believe it or not, these last two movies. I don't have any perfume that I'm going to be adding in. I'm actually going to be adding in makeup. So the next one is one of my favorite feel-good movies ever, and that is Powder. If you've not seen Powder, I highly recommend that you do. It was just great. But Powder, for me, it ended up making sense to go ahead and bring in a powder. So I've got the MAC Studio Fix Powder Plus Foundation. I just simply use this as a powder, and I like it like that, and I have been using this some. So this is what this looks like. There is a bit of a dip going on, as you can hopefully tell. So I think I'll be able to go ahead and finish that this year. Pay no attention to my knuckle. That's makeup I couldn't get off. It's just, yeah, just pressing and frankening, and it's a messy job. So this is what I'm going to be bringing in. These do not take me very long to go ahead and get through. So I'm thinking this one is going to take a few months, and that's it. We'll see. We'll see. And the 10th and last item that I'm going to be bringing in is for another one of my favorite movies, and it is called Titanic. So I think pretty much everybody went ahead and watch that movie. If you haven't, I don't know what you've done with your life, but that one is just great. I am from the era of when I pre-ordered the movie. It was actually on VHS, and they were double tapes. Hopefully you guys remember that. I mean, there wasn't DVDs, and if there was DVDs, they were highly, highly, highly expensive. So yeah, it was double tapes, and pretty much all the men just wanted to put on the second one because of the ship and everything. Yeah, men, they're so weird. So I decided to concentrate on the positive thing about the Titanic. And the Titanic was huge. We all know that the Titanic was really big. So I wanted to go ahead and bring in this MAC Painterly Paint Pot, and yeah, because this one is going to take me a solid year to pan. The first one that I used took me a year to pan, and I would imagine that this one is not going to be any different. It doesn't take me long to hit pan, but it takes me a long time to finish it. And I have been using this for the last couple of days, so I use this as a primer. So I definitely will be working on this every single day. So hopefully I will finish it within a year. I either finished this in a year, or it was just a little bit more than a year. So, but I'm pretty sure that this is going to be done in this project, but this is definitely going to be one that's going to last all year. So that is my 10 items for 10 things I hate about you. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to go ahead and check out Jessica. She will be listed down below. And yeah, everybody is welcome to join in if you would like to. And that is all that we have for you today. So be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.